You're about to meet a child prodigy with the attitude, the energy, and the moves. This preteen has been tearing up dance floors since he was a toddler. But will raw talent be enough to take on competitors 3 times his age? Here's ABC's Neil Karlinski.
To quote the Talking Heads, this ain't no party, this ain't no disco. If you thought, as we did, that breakdancing died alongside parachute pants in the 1980s, you're in for an eye-popping awakening. The dancers call themselves B-boys, but most are grown men, except one, the little guy who schools them all when he's not in school. Jalen Testerman is a 12-year-old head-spinning phenomenon who was just 5 when he became hooked on the dance scenes he'd seen in the movie You Got Served. He danced his way straight out of diapers and got so good, so fast, he was soon on Ellen.
Oh, I performed for the Oprah Winfrey Show, performed with Maury.
All right, so who's the coolest between Oprah, Maury, and Ellen?
Ellen.
Ellen?
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's not a rush. It's your time. Shine.
Jalen goes by the name J Styles, and as 12-year-olds go, he has plenty.
Nice.
Nightline spent 3 days with him and his family, shuttling between school and practice, leading up to a big competition. We wanted to find out what turns a normal kid into an unstoppable acrobat who's won competitions and traveled the world from France to Korea.
Is there anything that makes you nervous? Anything that scares you, worries you?
I've never been nervous in my life.
Who does he take after?
I would say he's pretty much cut down the middle.
More energy, more energy.
The family's small home south of Seattle is devoted to dance and discipline.
There is when you need to catch your breath.
To our surprise, it's not because the family believes Jalen will be able to make a living as a breakdance champ. Jalen's father and full-time coach says it's all about putting his kids on the right path, something he missed growing up on the rough streets of LA.
If you don't have respect, if you don't have manners, no one's gonna like you. And I said, and the reason I know that, because I grew up that way and no one liked me.
The after-school routine is always the same. Jalen, his little brother, and sister get home and quickly fuel up on PBJs.
I'm pretty good at making the sandwich, if you ask me.
Then it's straight to work. Burpees, jump rope, everything to music.
You have been going non-stop. Aren't you just wiped out?
Not for me. I'm like a little machine, so I just keep going and going.
I'd rather you lose being you than try to win being someone else. That's how I really
Early on, his father says he was worried about just one thing: injuries.
Because I think what he does at such a young age is so strenuous on his body that I wanted to make sure that he was physically ready.
I'm just a normal kid, you know. I wouldn't consider myself a superstar or famous. I'll consider myself like well-known.
How you feel?
Good.
All right, let's do it. Get in.
On this night, the entire family is headed into Seattle for a competition called the Sweet 16. A huge dance-off where 16 of the region's top B-boys have been invited to compete. The scene is wild, but there's no alcohol, no smoking, just hundreds of kids dancing with moves so creative, our team couldn't get over the fact that we'd never heard of this before. Backstage, Jalen readies himself.
Is it weird being up against grown men? You're the only one here sitting on his mom's lap before he goes to compete.
It really doesn't matter to me who I'm battling, kids, adults. I'm actually pretty used to battling adults because ever since I was a kid, I've always battled adults.
A quick prayer,
Say the prayer.
a powwow with Dad, and then he's in it.
Youngest competitor to be in the Sweet 16.
One-on-one, dead center before a wild crowd. They trade short routines before a panel of judges. Jalen wins his first battle. But as the field narrows and the competition heats up, the night ultimately doesn't go his way.
need to go to the judges. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got Unleashed. Still moving on.
I try to beat everybody, but it seemed like tonight wasn't my day. So I'm just gonna go home like it was just a normal day and just work harder next time so I can actually win.
I think you were awesome.
Thanks.
My pleasure. You dig it. You ready?
His father is frustrated by the loss, but focused on bigger things for his son. Maybe a career in choreography or acting. Definitely a dance called college.
I still get a little choked up every time he performs or battles. It's just like watching all his dreams come true. He's got the confidence in the world, and I just look at him and I'm like, I can't believe that's my son.
I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Seattle.